guys, let's jump into it. So we got 3 stories for the day. I feel like I'm back, but I'm not back. Anyway, but yeah, of course I'm back. But anyway, Ellen was right. But anyway, let's jump into it. So Chris Cuomo. Okay, some of you guys have not heard. Chris Cuomo is not doing too well. Our thoughts and prayers go out for Chris Cuomo because he does have beer bug right now. He is sick with beer bug. Here's an article from March 31st. So Chris Cuomo has beer bug, quarantines himself in his basement. And this is a serious thing. Look, I don't wish anybody would get beer bug, right? Obviously, at the end of the day, I really wish that everybody was fine, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy or even Hillary Clinton. But hey, he's coping. He's doing his thing from home, and we'll get to all that in a sec. But Chris Cuomo, to the growing list of Americans, both famous and obscure, caught up in the beer bug. The CNN anchor announced his diagnosis on social media today, saying he was exposed to people who later tested positive for the disease. He's decided to get checked out if he begins feeling ill with fever, chills, shortness of breath. I just hope I don't give it to the kids or Christina, his wife. That would make me feel worse than the illness. So for now, the 49-year-old is quarantining himself in the basement, and he's planning to continue hosting his show, Cuomo Primetime, where he joked that his family seemed pleased with the new isolation and expected to flag a full recovery. Right? So like I say, look, Cuomo is sick. He was actually found to have beer bug, and he is isolating himself right now to protect his family and the going general public, because obviously he doesn't want to go out and spread it, right? He doesn't want to go out and go bike riding or whatever with the kids and wife or whatever it may be, because that would be spreading the disease. Okay. Interesting. So, I hate bullies. A bicyclist verbally attacked by Chris Cuomo and fires back. Now, this was done on the 14th of April, right? That was yesterday, US time. So the Long Island resident, blasted as a something loser fat tire biker by Chris Cuomo in a radio rant, told the Post on Tuesday that the CNN host is nothing but a bully. Okay, so this must be, obviously he's met Chris Cuomo before this whole beer bug thing, right? So he's even filed a complaint with the cops against him. Sometimes he's scary stupid, the East Hampton man, who asked only to be identified, his first name is Dave, said of Governor Andrew's little brother, Cuomo. Chris Cuomo launched into a tirade on his Sirius XM show Monday night about how he didn't like what he did for a living anymore. And we'll get to that in a sec. He ranted about confrontation he had with a bike rider outside his property on Easter Sunday. Right, but you were quarantined, weren't you? Weren't you supposed to be quarantined? So maybe he's recovered from beer bug, right? Maybe he's recovered and he's feeling better. Okay, all right, cool. So he's obviously fine then, right? So, where he was infected, TV star was hanging out with his family. David, who had been riding by, started hassling Cuomo about social distancing, and the CNN star later seethed on the radio show that one big downside to money and fame is that he couldn't tell the guy to go to hell. I don't want some jackass, something fat loser, fat tire biker being able to pull over and get in my space and talk bullies. Talk bull, S-H-O-T, to me. I don't want to hear it, Cuomo raged. I want to be able to tell you to go to hell, to shut your mouth, and I don't get to doing what I live for, blah, 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 blah. Right. So obviously Cuomo's better, okay? Obviously, at the end of the day, Chris Cuomo is fine. He is obviously better, and that's why he's had this interaction with this guy, right? Because obviously he's left his basement where he was self-isolating himself because he had beer bug. Right, so here's an interview that Chris Cuomo did talking about beer bug and his experience. Now, this was done on the 13th of April, right? So that's literally the day before this article, right? So obviously he's fine, and he's just, for some reason, he looks like he's in a basement at his home. For some reason. So obviously he's fine, right? So let's go through and let's listen to what Cuomo has to say about his experience now that he's better with having beer bug. Because we know he's better because he was out interacting with this guy on the bike. So let's just hear what Chris Cuomo, who was infected but is now better, has to say, because we know he's better because he was interacting with that bicyclist.
You look a little bit better to me, Chris. Are you feeling?
Yeah. So like I say, he's feeling better. Okay. Cool.
Better too.
I feel better. I'm scared by this. I'm scared by the potential of this, and it frustrates me because I can't get out of this basement.
Hang on. Whoa. Hang on. Whoa. Time out. Why can't you get out of the basement? Why are you not allowed out of the basement, right? Because the day after this was aired and put on TV, you were abusing a bicyclist. So you're obviously fine, right? So
I still have this low-grade fever. I can't shake it.
Hang on. Whoa, hang on. What do you mean you have a low-grade fever? You're about to go out and abuse a bicyclist the next day. Presumably you're better, right? That you're supposed to be better because you're going to be out abusing a bicyclist the next day, right? So why are you still got a low-grade fever? Why would you be out the next day abusing the bicyclist unless you're not actually sick, unless you're not actually got beer bug, right? But and look, obviously he's isolating himself from his wife and kids because obviously he doesn't want to give it, right? So I don't know. Look, it's a little weird that this bicyclist maybe it was a clone, okay? Maybe it was a clone of Chris Cuomo, and maybe obviously he looks like him or something, right? Although Chris Cuomo's confirming it was him. But anyway. David said Cuomo was with his wife. David said Cuomo was with his wife. Another woman and 3 kids were playing on the property. Right. But aren't you supposed to be quarantined? The resident said he stopped, sat on his bike well over 100 feet from the property. Right. Obviously, safety. I just looked and said, is that Chris Cuomo? Isn't he supposed to be quarantined? That's the question. He's supposed to be quarantined, isn't he? Like, CNN keeps going on about how he's supposed to be quarantined. How Chris Cuomo is not doing well because he has this beer bug, right? So why would he be out literally the day after this goes on live, and why would he be abusing a bicyclist with his wife and kids? There must be some sort of stake, because CNN is the most trusted name in media. There is no way CNN is fake news, okay? Right, I don't care about that hashtag. CNN is the most trusted name in media. I don't want to hear it, okay? I'm going to stick my fingers in my ear. La, 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 la. Chris Cuomo is really quarantined. This is fake news, okay? It's got to be fake. Right. Because he's otherwise it's that or he's a liar, and he's not a liar, right? No, it's got to be fake news, right? He said, well, who the hell are you? I can do what I want, David said. He just ranted, screaming, I'll find out who you are. So David said the woman looked like Cuomo's wife and came over to him and said, may I help you? He said and replied, I'm riding my bike, and then started asking why Cuomo was there out of quarantine and not social distancing from the group. He said Cuomo then started towards him, coming to him within about 40 feet. He said, who the hell are you? I can do what I want, Damon said, just ranted, screaming, I'll find out who you are. I said to him, your brother is the something, and you're not even following his rules. Unnecessary trouble, the resident said. He just began to boil more. He said, this is not the end of this. I'll deal with this later. We'll meet again. If that's not a threat, I don't know what is. The man said he waited till Monday afternoon to call Eastern cops and report the incident. I hate bullies, David said. At first, the resident said he got a huge pushback from the police about filing the report. It's weird. It's like the police don't seem to care about social distancing. That must be also a mistake, right? The cops they're handing out fines and that for people that are not social distancing, or at least they are in Australia. So I imagine the police department are treating this very seriously, and there's no way they would give him huge pushback, right? That's got to be fake news too. But on Tuesday morning, after the Post and other outlets reported Cuomo's meltdown incident about his run into the bicyclist, the police had a whole different attitude. Well, that's okay then. They've had a change of heart. The man said he asked the investigator officer, any chance you saw the report about Cuomo's radio rant? Yes, we have, the cop said. I think you'll like what I've written down, the officer added, according to David, referring to the police report that has been prepared. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here. Okay, I'm just a red panda that's sitting in my house right now, and I trust everything that CNN has had to say, okay? Because they are the most trusted news network, right? Fox News is fake, and CNN is the gospel and pinnacle of truth, right? Now, for example, Chris Cuomo, he hates his job, right? Chris Cuomo has gone through, he's publicly said that, he said that in this radio report, that that they are making him do this stuff, right? He's not happy where he's working, and he's had to do all this stuff. So yeah, let me see, oh, hang on. What's this? Chris Cuomo walks back comments. The beer bug battle made him question whether CNN is worth my time. What? Chris Cuomo on Tuesday walked back comments that he made about his epiphanies and had about his battle with beer bug. The CNN anchor had vented on the radio show the other day before, but not long seeing the point of his premier time position, he said he would trade it all for the freedom to tell his critics to go to what. But Cuomo clarified Tuesday that he's sick with his job and is instead questioned of whether his work makes a difference. I don't really want to spend my time doing things I don't think are valuable enough for me personally, Cuomo said Monday on the Sirius show. Like what? Well, I don't know. Professionally, I'll decide. Right. Cuomo said his recent bout with Beerbug made him rethink his job at the host of CNN's top-rated Cuomo Primetime. Right, which is what we've heard, right? Yeah. Okay. So he's now walking this back? I'm so confused. Okay, I need someone to tell me in the comments. Now, look, obviously, jokes aside, guys, I've been serious for a sec. We're obviously not surprised by this. I had someone the other day who I was actually talking to, and they said to me, I was talking about this, and they said to me, "What's your view on this?" And I said, "Give it a few days, and we'll see what happens." Give it a few days and we'll see if he still is toting the same line. Or if they give him the Kool-Aid, or I actually believe I said ram it down his throat. Ram the Kool-Aid down his throat and he starts singing the CNN theme song in his sleep again. I'm glad I was wrong. It wasn't a few days, it was a day. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, obviously, the interesting thing about all this is that he's supposedly in quarantine, but he's abusing cyclists. He's claiming he hates his job, but now he's walking it back. I don't know about you guys, but I think CNN is fake news is a pretty accurate hashtag, to be honest. And they have some serious questions here that need to be asked. Like, at the end of the day, the biggest question I have is, does he actually have beer bug? Or was it all for show? Was it all for ratings? Was it faked to get people to be sympathetic to him? Or were they just enjoying the ratings bump so much they didn't want to stop? I don't know, but this is if he's lying about beer bug and having it, that's really bad. Like, I know we've had some fun with this article, but that's really bad. And I think at the end of the day, CNN has to be asked these questions. Someone has to ask CNN, what the hell is going on? Because Cuomo is supposedly quarantining himself. Mind you, he's out with his wife and kids. We presume it's the wife, someone that looks like her, out with the person that looks like his wife and 3 kids, and abusing bicyclists. That, to me, is not locking yourself in a basement, which is literally what he was claiming here.
I know everybody tells me it's gradual, it takes time, it's anywhere between 2 to 3.5 weeks. But it is maddening to have this little stupid fever, this 9.5 fever. The body aches are better. My breathing's getting better. It's getting stronger. I'm now at the 3,500 that you wanted me to get to on that spirometer, the thing where I have to blow on it and make the ball go. I've never hated a happy face as much.
So, what the hell is going on, CNN? Someone has to ask them these questions. They really, really do. Because let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think Chris Cuomo actually had beer bug? Do you think it was all faked? At the end of the day, do you think at the end of the day that Chris Cuomo had it, but they liked the ratings too much to give it up? Or do you think he broke quarantine? Any of those options is bad. It's real bad from CNN. And to be honest, CNN is fake news is probably going to be trending later today. Because let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome guys, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. We've got 2 more videos coming up. Have a great night and enjoy. Oh, and by the way, Chris Cuomo, you're full of shit.